I've been with no sleep for like 5 days. Living this life just for Friday. I don't like rules, I do it my way. Everywhere I go they say my name. 605 crypto, 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 605 crypto.
We love green.
And welcome back to 605 Crypto. You got Travis B here, and unless you've been living under a rock today, you've heard the Fed has raised interest rates for the first time since 2018. Now, in the grand scheme of things, they raised the rates 0.25%, or 25 basis points in economic jargon. We knew that this was coming. They said that they were probably going to raise rates several times this year. The Fed signaled as many as 7 rate increases this year, with most central bank officials indicating they expect interest rates to hit the 1.75 to 2% range by the year's end. You're going to see more of this. It actually takes a while for economic policy to actually make its way into the real world and have effects on the economy. Right now, we got to tap down this record inflation that we have. This inflation is at 40-year highs. So make sure you take a look at this article over at Barron's. Link will be in the description. Checking in over at CoinMarketCap, Bitcoin liked the news they heard today with the interest rates going up a percentage point. I mean, you can see over this last day we had this nice little pump up to 41.5, last night. And this morning it's been pumping pretty good here. And we see another pump this afternoon. So Bitcoin likes the percentage rate increase. The rest of the crypto market, you're seeing a little bit of green here also. XRP hanging at the 78 cents mark, almost hitting 79 cents. Solana 86. Avalanche hanging about the $74 mark. Polymatic still a great steal, $1.45. Scoop it up while you can. A lot of great deals right now. Cosmos has surprised me. It's kind of hung in there at that $30 mark through all of this. If we take a look at Cosmos, let's look at the 3-month. Okay. It was up to 40, but look, everything else dumped, and it dumped. It hit the low 20s. So Cosmos, keep your eye on Cosmos. I was able to take some profit on Cosmos earlier this year when it was in the 40s. I'm not going to start accumulating more until it hits the teens, if it ever does again. I hope it does, because I really like this project. Do some research on the Atom Cosmos project. Checking in over at Gizmodo. Instagram is getting NFTs, but what the hell does that mean? Will your Instagram photos become the next Bored Apes? Probably not. Okay, Bored Apes, the Bored Apes Yacht Club, which is the most well-known, probably the most overpriced, most valuable NFTs at the moment, which are just stupid digital cartoon images. So hopefully Mr. Zuckerberg here has a better plan with these NFTs on Instagram than he did with the Libra that never worked out. That crypto that Facebook was going to create, and then they changed it to Diem or whatever, and it changed names, and they couldn't revive it. Usually when they rename something, that's not a good sign. Non-fungible tokens, or NFTs, are basically a receipt on the blockchain that can point to anything using a hyperlink. And while most people associate NFTs with the purchase of drawings, thanks to the Bored Ape Yacht Club, they can really act as an agreement for purchasing almost anything. We've talked about Proppy before, where they're actually doing an NFT for the contract on the house and the title for the house. NFTs are going to be revolutionary in society. We just don't see their potential yet. Some people do. The people really thinking about this stuff, what potential they have to, take over contracts and leases and all sorts of different realms of possibilities in the financial world. NFTs. Now, again, everybody thinks that it's just a funny image or a pixelated image that you hold the receipt to. We're also seeing a lot of innovation in the gaming industry with NFTs. If you own NFTs, you almost own part of the game. And you can get paid for that also, is a way to look at it. So keep your eye on what old Zuckerberg's doing at the Instagram. No, you're not going to become rich just turning your photos into NFTs. It's not going to be ready yet. They said they're working on it. So when they tease it, he's thinking over the next several months that you might have the ability to bring NFTs in. And you might even be able to mint them, which will probably have a cost, which means that they're looking for a way to profit off of this. Okay, big surprise. Mr. Zuckerberg wants to take your bucks. Checking in over at the Twitter with Gold Telegraph. Breaking news. Europe's largest energy traders have called on governments and central banks to provide emergency assistance to avoid a cash crunch. Hold on tight. So if we take a look at the article linked in Gold Telegraph's tweet here, over at the Financial Times, energy traders call for emergency central bank intervention. Trade body warns healthy companies could run out of cash as Ukraine invasion sparks commodity ructions. Okay, in a letter seen by the Financial Times, the European Federation of Energy Traders, the trade body that counts BP, Shell, and commodity traders Vitol and Trafigura as members, said the industry needed time-limited emergency liquidity support to ensure that wholesale gas and power markets continue to function. All right, we're seeing problems with liquidity on the global-wide network here. You know, they just keep all this different fallout from this invasion of Ukraine by Russia. Sure, the news tells us one thing. I think outside the box, what's really going on, I'm not sure. Is this the Great Reset? Are they resetting the global financial system? Yes, they are. All right. Take a look at the article, read up. It's very interesting. You know, money affects all aspects of our life, whether we like it or not. And if they can't keep these energy companies going, there's going to be a lot of people in the cold and in the dark. If we take a look over on the Twitter here with XRP Prince, make sure you give him a follow. 5%, bye-bye Swift. And he's linked a video in here. And if we take a closer look at this video.
To talk about the biggest story on the block is that as of 4 p.m. Seattle time yesterday, the SWIFT system go bye-bye, and we're into the cross-border interbank payment system. The U.S. dollar used to account for 100% of all world trade. In dollars. Yesterday it was 30%. Today it's less than 5%. To talk about.
Boom. So if you heard what this gentleman's talking about, the U.S. dollar used to account for 100% of like global interbank trade. And over the last couple days, it's dropped to 5% on the SWIFT network. So do you think the SWIFT network is going away and is going to be replaced by something else? I mean, we've got the energy traders calling for emergency central bank intervention, liquidity crisis, the Fed raising interest rates, enter one XRP, which is made to solve the global liquidity crisis. So if we check in over at Cointelegraph.com, motions denied for both SEC and Ripple as battle continues. Ripple CEO Brad Carlinghouse claims a big win in the dismissal of an SEC motion while remaining silent about the ruling on his own motion. Ripple basically argued that it was not given fair notice that the agency would consider Ripple's XRP a security, and this denied the company due process. And Judge Torres denied the SEC motion filed in March to dismiss this defense, and by doing so, it affirmed that the defense is viable in the suit. In other words, the defense, if accepted, could be used to win the case. The judge also denied a motion that was filed by Ripple to get Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson personally off the case. That was basically the case saying that they were aiding and abetting the alleged unregistered security sales. Well, if they were never told that XRP was going to be considered a security and they went about their business, what we just talked about, they were denied due process. There was no fair notice given. So, this whole thing is just becoming, sillier and sillier every day that it goes on. It's almost like they're dragging this on. Like, what's really going on behind the scenes? I don't know. If we take a look over at the price of XRP, this was Friday that we saw this big pump in the market. They like what they hear on Friday afternoon after those rulings. XRP hit 84 cents, dropped all the way back down, and has been touching the 74-cent area. So we're having a little bit of a pump today based on that recent action by the Fed that, the overall market, was liking. So we're seeing a little bit of green. XRP, 79 cents right now. The longer the suit goes on, and we got gentlemen like this talking about SWIFT being turned off, it seems like Ripple is just, preparing for the perfect storm here. and they're getting ready to suck up all this global liquidity market. We'll see what happens. Knowledge is about facts and details. Wisdom is about experience and curiosity. Knowledge is a dime a dozen. Wisdom is rare. Stay curious. Stay learning. Stay succeeding. Thanks for joining us today. If you made it this far, give us a like, subscribe, tell a friend about the show. I appreciate each and every one of you. This is Travis B with 605 Crypto, and we'll catch you next time.
I've been with no sleep for like 5 days, living this life just a Friday. I don't like rules, I do it my way. Everywhere I go, they say my name. 605 Crypto, 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 605 Crypto.
We love green.